What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I know I've been gone for a little bit. Holidays, all that stuff keeps us busy. You all know how it is, but I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Back here is my 24 Chevy Colorado Trail Boss, and today's video we're basically going to go over my top 5 mods if you're thinking about buying one, if you own one and you haven't started modding it yet. We'll go over the top 5 mods that I personally recommend. Some of this stuff's subjective, but a lot of it is just bread and butter of these trucks. So let's go check it out. All right, guys, so here is my 24 Chevy Colorado. Like I said, some of these things are going to be subjective. Some of them are going to be right down your alley. So starting off with number 1, what you do need if you own a Chevy Colorado or you're thinking about it, whether it's a Trail Boss, a ZR2. Maybe if it's a ZR2, you can get away with something else. But any other trim levels, definitely you're gonna need some wheels and tires. Sorry about them being a little messy. We just went on a trail the other day. It was a good time. It was a little bit unexpected. I had just washed the truck and then we went on the trail, so got a little bit dirty. But wheels and tires, let's talk about them just a little bit. These are 34 by 11.5. I do have about 2 inches of lift in the front, maybe a little over 2, and then almost 2 in the rear as well. It does have a little bit of a raked look. If you don't know what a raked look is, it's kind of where it's just slanted down. It's a little bit higher in the back. So check that out. A little bit of a raked look, not a big deal. And it kind of depends on how your truck's sitting, where you're at, and things like that. But these 34 by 11.5 are super clean. These are the Nitto Recon Grapplers. They're a great tire. I've had very good experiences with them. And the tires are 285 75 17. They are LT tire. Right over there we have the Rika R35 Ramblers. Super sick wheel. Perform well. They're lightweight, flow formed. They're running Black Friday stuff, I think through December 5th or something like that. So if you like the wheels, check them out. Rika, however you want to say it, but I want to say it's pronounced Rika wheels. So R35 Ramblers, those are on a 0 offset. Like I said, done me really well. Fitment is great with the 285 75 17. It's almost flush on fitment. You might have a slight poke, but nothing crazy, and they just look great in my opinion. I'm a sucker for that machined polish looking look, so that's why I went with those. So you definitely need some wheels and tires on these trucks. From the factory, they're nothing special. I mean, the ZR2 Bisons, you get those, I think you can get Crestones or something like that. And those are actually pretty clean, and they're like black on black with a bead lock and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you're not running a Bison, you definitely need wheels and tires on your truck. And obviously, if you're doing wheels and tires, we'll roll into number 2. You're gonna need some type of suspension or lift. So nowadays, there is plenty of options out there. I started off with a Level Up kit. It was a 2-1. It did me really well. Didn't ride the best, but it looked good for what I was going after at the time. As I got into more wheeling, I upgraded. I went with an IBOC and Icon setup. That was pretty good. And now I'm over here running on Peak's Summit kit, which includes upper control arms, the coilovers with the reservoirs, and then in the rear, we did run an Adeleaf for a little bit, and then we switched over to a lift block. You got your shock right in there, and then the 1.5-inch lift block, which is helping raise the rear. I am doing something a little bit weird. I'm running shackles and a lift block. I don't really recommend that. Your best bet is to just run a lift block or run just a shackle. But you know, we just kind of do what we want for now, trying to figure things out, test things out, different rides, stuff like that. But this Peak setup, on point. It's the best I've had, and I've always wanted reservoir shocks, like when I had a truck before, and I just never got them. And what better time than now to run a Peak setup? So it's been great. Definitely want to run some type of suspension. That's how you're going to clear those 34s. You can't clear them on a stock lift, so at the bare minimum, go with a 2-1. Like I said, started with the Level Up and literally leveled up each time. So we're running good now. Definitely get some type of suspension lift. Definitely get some type of coilover on there. A lot of them are adjustable, which is pretty sweet. Moving on to number 3 now. So we started off wheels and tires, some type of suspension, and now we're gonna move on to number 3, which is gonna be lighting. As you can see, I have quite a bit of lighting over here. I have some diode SS3s right in there. We have some DV8 lights for the bumper, and then a DV8 light bar down there. Looks great. Definitely want to upgrade some lighting in here. And we got some ditch lights. So there's tons of options for all this stuff. As you can tell, I have a mismatch of all my lighting right now. I'm slowly getting all over to diode dynamics, which I have in there. I have in there, and then my rear license plate lighting and tail lights. Those are all diode dynamics. And then we have the knob sight halos up there. Those are pretty sweet, you know. For one thing I'm having trouble switching over is that knob sight halo, and it's just because it has like this sick halo ring. I'll show you guys real quick what that looks like. So this is what I'm talking about with that halo ring. It has that, and then I have that wired up to run with the diode SS3's backlight, which looks really good in my opinion. Sorry if the lighting isn't the best, but you guys get what I'm putting down, I hope. But yeah, definitely upgrade your lighting. There's tons of options. If you run like a roof rack, you can throw lighting up there. You can run rock lights. You can run almost anything. Lighting on these vehicles is like second to none. There's so many choices, so many things you can do with it just to kind of make it your own, you know. But definitely upgrade lighting. Anzo did come out with some tail lights, which are pretty sick. They're constantly on back order because they sell out. They run like super small batches, but definitely upgrade these. These things are not the prettiest. Once something releases for a housing, I'll definitely be getting that. Moving on to number 4. This is going to be subjective too. I almost want to throw a roof rack in there as a must do, but I mean, I don't know how much cargo you guys are carrying around. I don't know if you guys are wheeling, overlanding, camping. That's all. So we'll leave the roof rack out for now. But we're going to go with some type of rock slider or side step. If you guys follow me or you guys seen my other videos, these are Iron Bison side steps. They're super low profile. If you guys just look how close they are. Like there's not really a gap. There's a small gap. Chevy offers factory side steps, which hang down to like down here, which is ridiculous. So these right here are Iron Bison, and they're super convenient. They have this little Bison logo, which is sick. But yeah, these are super convenient, low profile. They look good. They help getting in and out of the truck. They make it an ease. And if you do follow me, you know I do swap back and forth between these and the Gen 2 ZR2 sliders. I have the Gen 2 ZR2 sliders over in the garage. I just swapped these on this weekend, and that is strictly because snow season is around the corner. We've been getting a lot of rain. My little guy, if you don't know, I got a 5-year-old. Him getting in and out of this truck with no step and a slider only, it's doable, but I worry about him slipping every single time getting out for school. So these work a little bit better for that, and they look good in my opinion. What do you guys think about them? But if you don't have the littles, go ahead, run the Gen 2 sliders. Those are going to be your best bet. Those are the lowest profile. They're very close to the actual truck, and they put in some work. Even these ones I've actually scratched up a couple times out with downtime lost, and the boys, we rode these along some rocks, and they held up fine. They might be bent out just a little bit, but it's nothing crazy, nothing that I'm too concerned about. So if you don't have sliders or side steps, definitely get some. It kind of makes the truck look a little bit better too, just in my opinion. When it doesn't have anything on there, the truck looks beast. It looks like it's another inch taller than it really is, but still looks good. These work for now. I love them, and they're actually pretty dang cheap. So check out Iron Bison if you're interested. So moving on to number 5, we're gonna move on to the bed cover or a rack, like I said, depending on what your cup of tea is, what you're gonna do with the vehicle. So right here I have this bed cover. It is nothing special. I actually got it off Amazon. It was around 250 bucks. It's done me well. I haven't had any issues with it. It does want to slide around a little bit when you're wheeling if you don't have everything tight. But we'll kind of show you guys how it works. Oops, I forgot I had that back here. I need to get that buttoned up and back in the truck. I really wanted to put this somewhere on my roof. Someday I'm gonna have onboard air, but I really wanted to put this like somewhere like in a case on my roof or something, just to get it out of the cab of the truck. And I don't like leaving things back here for whatever reason. Just kind of makes me uncomfortable. But anyway, this about 250 bucks or so. You can see there's a clamp up there, and then you got another one right here. That's on both sides. You have this cool little LED light, which actually does pretty good when it's dark. So the LED light works half decent. You got them on both sides, and it does its job. So this is super easy to install if you've never done one before. I hadn't myself, and it was super easy. Only problem I had was right along here. So I tried to put like this weather stripping stuff, and you can see the tape from the double-sided tape just destroyed it. I could probably get it all off if I took the time, but ain't nobody got time for that, so we're gonna leave it. Nobody sees it, and yeah. But if you wanted to ask me what my top 5 mods for this truck were, we'll just review it real quick. You got suspension, you got wheels and tires, some type of lighting. The factory lighting sucks on these vehicles, especially if you don't have the LED ones. Some side steps or sliders, and then a bed cover or even a rack. I've been considering a rack since I bought this truck, but you all know they aren't cheap. If you guys have questions about any of these mods, just feel free to reach out to me, put a comment, hit me up on Instagram. A lot of research and a lot of comparing prices, comparing items, pros and cons, all that stuff went into this whole build. So like I said, if you got any questions or concerns, or you want to see something up close and personal, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to share it with you guys. But as always, thanks for tuning in to another video. We'll get out on a trail again soon. Like I said, we hit a trail last weekend, or just a couple days ago, but I didn't get any good footage of it. I got some vertical shots, so can't really use it on YouTube. But either way, I appreciate you guys as always. Make sure to check the link in the description. A lot of this stuff that I have on this vehicle, we do have some sort of discount code or a website where you can use the discount code. Black Friday sales are still going on over at Peak. Make sure you check them out. If you're new to this platform, Peak is, I mean, it's superior. So check everything out. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.